Caring for your collections, from the Icon Care of Collections group. Whilst it's essential to be looking after your buildings, it's also important to consider what is happening on the inside. Keeping damp and moisture out will ensure that you're protecting your belongings from issues such as mold, structural changes, or water damage. Following are some top tips covering how you can care for your treasures and detailed information about caring for specific objects and materials. You don't have to deal with everything at once, as that can be too overwhelming, but consider completing a review during National Maintenance Week so you can know what you need to do over the next few months. Caring for silver. Tarnish is the enemy of silver exposed to air that contains sulfur pollutants, so you'll have to be prepared to keep the silver frames of your family photos polished regularly if you want to keep them on show. For handling, always wear gloves when handling your decorative silver, as fingerprints will mark the metal. Your favorite silver rings will stay bright through regular hand washing, and frequently worn bracelets and necklaces will need only a gentle polish to retain their sparkle. For storage, carefully wrap your special occasion silver in acid-free tissue and store in plastic or metal containers. Check your jewelry box. Cardboard and wooden boxes are acidic, so they may accelerate tarnishing of your rarely worn silver jewelry. If you wrap silver cutlery or jewelry in cloth, please use cotton rather than wool, as wool contains natural oils that can affect the silver. For cleaning, a soft brush, like a makeup brush, is safer than a cloth for dusting fragile or spiky silver objects. Cotton buds dampened in alcohol are invaluable for cleaning deposits of dirt in the crevices of highly embellished items. For washing instructions, if an object is made entirely from silver, it's quite safe to wash it in warm soapy water, rinse clean, and wipe with a soft cloth. Never immerse any silver items that also include ivory or wooden handles. And the easiest and safest method of cleaning silver is to use silver foam on a soft sponge. Use good quality silver polish on objects that you cannot get wet. Caring for metal. Iron and steel will rust in damp air, forming orange and red corrosion that leads to pitting. Metal objects should be raised off the floor on a plinth to protect from dampness caused by mopping floors. Keep surfaces dust-free, as dust particles can absorb the air's moisture and start corrosion. Don't polish brass obsessively. An occasional rub will help prevent the buildup of tarnish. And avoid displaying brass objects over a fireplace or in a moist atmosphere, as this hastens corrosion and tarnishing. For handling, always wear gloves when handling iron and steel, as salt deposits from your skin can speed up rust formation. Cast iron is very brittle, and if dropped or set down too hard, it can easily break. For storage, keep iron objects dry. Do not leave them directly on a cement, stone, or ceramic floor, but put them on a shelf, pallet, or battens to raise them up. Small objects can be stored wrapped in acid-free tissue in a sealed plastic box. Wrap brass in acid-free tissue and store in a plastic or metal container rather than cardboard box. Special corrosion-inhibiting bags and rolls are available from conservation suppliers. For cleaning brass, microcrystalline wax is better than brass polish. Apply to a clean surface with a soft brush and polish off with a lint-free cloth to give protection from tarnishing. Gently does it. Remove accumulated old polish by wrapping some fibers of cotton wool round the end of a cocktail stick and dampening it with alcohol or white spirit. Dust regularly with a soft brush or use a dry microfiber cloth on smooth objects. An object made purely from solid brass can be washed in warm water with a few drops of conservation-grade detergent. Rinse in warm water and dry thoroughly, with a soft cloth. This will remove accumulated dirt. Use a fine abrasive paste, like Premlin, on a cotton wool bud or swab to polish the brass, as it's easier and more often effective than liquid brass polish. Buff with a small, clean cloth or soft brush. For iron and steel, only clean if surfaces are smooth, unpainted, and either uncorroded or just lightly rusted. Clean off grime with cotton wool buds or soft cloth moistened with white spirit or alcohol. Remove light rust from iron and steel using fine abrasive paste on a cotton wool swab. Clean off the paste with white spirit. Use fine wire wool and white spirit to move severe rust, but do not use these abrasive methods if the surface is uneven, colored, or decorated. Protect the metal immediately after cleaning with microcrystalline wax or gun oil. For cast iron fire grates, they can be warmed up and brushed with blackening for their protection and an even black finish. And finally, stainless steel can be washed in warm soapy water, rinsed, and dried well. Here are our top 11 tips for caring for your treasures. 1. Regular inspection and careful cleaning is the best way to prevent damage like stains, mold, corrosion, and insects. 2. Protect your valuables from light, which can cause fading and fabric weakness. 3. Place your objects in a place that is neither too dry nor too damp, or the items may crack and suffer from mold. 4. If you can, avoid areas where you might get fluctuations in temperature or relative humidity, such as near a door or a radiator, or in spaces like the attic or a basement, as this could cause your object to expand and contract, causing structural damage to things like paintings, wood, leather, and textiles. 5. Regularly check for pests like moths, carpet beetles, and mice. When you're vacuuming is a good time to be vigilant. It's good to see pest evidence early and deal with small problems immediately, as it's key to preventing an infestation. 6. Dust is an enemy. Try to protect objects from dust where practical. And remember, repeated dusting can damage fragile materials, even with a careful hand. 7. Avoid acidic fumes from sources like traffic exhaust, everyday cardboard boxes, wood, and rubber-backed materials, which can rot, embrittle, and stain nearby materials. 8. Cover the arms and backs of valuable upholstery with similar-looking fabric to protect from handling and user wear. If you're going to be away for an extended period, cover the entire upholstered area in a cotton sheet to protect from dust and light. 9. Resist the temptation to handle objects too much. It leaves marks and you can run the risk of accidental damage. 10. Lifting heavy objects is one of the most common ways to cause damage to an item or yourself. Always work in pairs. 11. Leave the repair of valuable objects to specialists, as even basic-looking techniques are trickier than they might seem. Remember, safety is first. It's essential to work in a well-lit, well-ventilated room, particularly when using solvent-based products. Use only minimum amount of chemicals that you need, and use it from a small lidded container. Wear protective gloves and wash your hands when finished. Be sure not to touch your face or your mouth. Put used clothes outside to allow any solvent to evaporate before storing or discarding, as they can combust. Store materials in sealed containers, including cloths with wax on them. Keep materials away from heat and light. And remember, don't rush in. Before you start any cleaning work, take a good look at your object very carefully. Avoid cleaning in areas if you see any loose surface decoration, weak joints, frayed areas, old repairs, or cracked surfaces. It might be better to ask a conservator to have a look at the item for you. Some of our tools of the trade tips. First, clean as you go. Clean brushes immediately after use and reshape bristles while drying. Replace discolored polishing and dusting cloths. Keep product containers clean to avoid contamination. Be sure to organize your materials before you start. Label everything to avoid cross-contamination, especially of metal polishes. Keep dusting cloths clean in labeled sealable bags. And store brushes with bristles upright to keep their shape. Think about investing in the best. High-quality brushes with natural bristles can last for years. And while natural bristle brushes are more expensive, they can be more efficient, and so might be worth the investment. Take care with chemicals. Some of the substances you might use when caring for your objects are potentially hazardous. And please exercise great care. Keep all of your materials secure and safely out of reach of children and animals. And a few common materials that we use include abrasive paste for cleaning some hard surfaces. Choose paste without ammonia and with the finest evenly graded abrasive, for example, Prelim or Solvol Autosol that you can buy from motor accessory stores. Use acid-free or archival quality tissue paper, card, and boxes, from which you can buy from department stores or art supply shops. When using alcohol, such as isopropanol or propantuol, it's very effective at removing some types of dirt. Methylated spirit is not recommended, and you can buy these products from pharmacies. Now brushes. A pony or a goat hair brush will remove dust from delicate surfaces such as silver, gilding, and lacquer. Hog's hair is better for more robust surfaces like ceramics, carved wood, and copper alloy. Chemical sponges are used dry, and this picks up and absorbs or removes dirt by rubbing. You can buy these products from jewelry or silverware stores. Corrosion-inhibiting bags or rolls will protect polished copper and silver from tarnishing. Cotton cloth is used for silver, while Intercept, a treated polythene, is used for a wide range of metals. Cotton buds of wool can be useful. Use any of the commercial varieties, but be sure that they are 100% cotton. Cotton or linen tape is especially good for tying up books. Unbleached and undyed tape is used to secure objects, and you can buy this from haberdashery departments. And finally, detergent. Be sure to use conservation grade. This must be free of color, perfume, optical brighteners, enzymes, and bleach, and it should have a neutral pH, at about pH 7. You can use liquid detergent for delicate silk and wool fabrics, which you can buy in a supermarket, as long as it's free of the previously listed ingredients.